Guess this nun didn't think the vow of poverty applied to her. Sister Mary Margaret Kruper is a Catholic nun who was just sentenced to 1 year and 1 day in a federal prison. Prosecutors say the 80-year-old nun embezzled over $835,000 from St. James Catholic School in Torrance, California. Sister Mary was principal of the school for almost 30 years before she retired in 2018. For about 10 years, she diverted funds from school tuition and charitable donations into secret accounts, but it wasn't discovered until she retired. And what is a nun doing with that much money? Trips to Las Vegas, Reno, and Temecula, and large gambling expenses, according to Sister Mary's plea agreement. The Catholic Church Diocese chose not to press charges against Sister Mary, but the Torrance Police Department, the FBI, and IRS Criminal Investigation Unit conducted an investigation into the allegations against her. She pled guilty to fraud and money laundering charges in July 2021 and will have to turn herself in to the Federal Bureau of Prisons by June 7th to start her sentence. Prosecutors say she stole the equivalent of the tuition of 14 different students per year, all while telling parents there was no money for an awning at school and no money for field trips. For Inside Edition Digital, I'm TC Newman.
Hey, boss. Come talk to me. Yeah. How you doing, man? Take your hands out of your pockets for me. How you doing?
I'm doing well until I got stopped. What's up?
Yeah, LP called and said that you were concealing some items inside your jacket.
Who do I sue? Who do I sue when you don't find me?
In the state of Ohio, a pair of Westchester police officers and the grocery chain Meijer face a lawsuit.
Hey, come get this on film.
Well, that's what
Who do I sue?
No, we're just trying to figure it out.
Like I said, we got a call that LP is calling somebody. Okay, they say got a brown jacket on. Okay, jacket
That's
on.
all.
I walked in here 5 minutes after you guys walked in. I saw you walk in, so how could they see me
Sir,
still?
I have no idea.
Get this on film, please.
Yeah. So that's what we're here just trying to figure it out.
So what do you want?
Eric Lindsay of Liberty Township has brought litigation with the evidence being this very video.
What do you want me to do?
If you have things you
What did they say? A black man did it?
No,
sir.
Well, what did they say? Because I walked in here after you guys.
Listen.
This isn't tan.
Do you have any items in your jacket?
Hell yeah, I got items in my jacket. The items that I walked in here with behind you guys.
Okay.
Lindsay is wrongfully accused and, as we will show you momentarily, did not fit the description in the slightest.
Clear one in custody.
This is the alleged thief. Do you notice the differences? Actually, you know what? Let me help the audience, that is. Do you see the glaring disparities? If you do, Mazel Tov, gold star for you. If you did, you can likely do better than the Westchester police. Local media police were reportedly informed of an accused shoplifter that was described as a white man in his 30s wearing a dark green jacket with a red hoodie, according to the Cincinnati Enquirer. Eric Lindsay, a 60-year-old black man wearing an orange down coat, was detained instead. Officer Tanner Sendez can be heard saying in a police body cam video that Lindsay had been watching him as he walked around the store. One of the officers told Lindsay that the suspect was wearing a tan jacket, even though the jacket had reportedly been described as green. Lindsay was then asked if he had any items in his jacket. Hell yes, I've got items in my jacket. The items I walked in here with behind you guys, Lindsay said. Let me just reiterate. Lindsay is a black man in his 60s. He wore an orange puffy coat with a tan and brown scarf that night. The suspect was described to police by representatives of Meijer as a white man in his 30s wearing a green or gray Carhartt coat with a red hoodie underneath. Yet police stopped Lindsay. The suit alleges unlawful detention and says Lindsay suffered humiliation, embarrassment, and severe emotional distress. It's not entirely clear why the officers approached Lindsay, who has sued the officers of Meijer and Butler County Common Pleas Court. In a police body cam video provided by Lindsay's attorney, one of the Westchester officers, Tanner Sendez, can be heard saying to his partner, Tim Mitkenbau, that Lindsay had been watching him as he walked through the busy store. Quote, he was like, mirroring me, Sendez says in the video. In the same being as so many national instances where African Americans have been confronted by law enforcement for engaging in their daily lives and doing nothing illegal, this case is about the unsupportable and illegal profiling, detention, accusing, and interrogation of an African American customer by police officers and the complicit actions of the retail store where it occurred, the lawsuit stands. Lindsay's attorney, Fannin Rucker, said Lindsay was the only African American in the store and is the last person they should have stopped. They walk past a dozen or more shoppers, don't speak to a single one, and go to him and start bothering him, Rucker said. The suit names Sendez, Mitkenbaugh, John and Jane Doe's, and ABC Corporations. The Myers store manager should have immediately realized Lindsay wasn't the white man they were looking for. The lawsuit says the manager did nothing to prevent or stop the unconstitutional detention. With the
Whoa, you see that? Call YAHAWAHSHI, YAHAWAHSHI. Before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to YAHAWAHSHI, YAHAWAHSHI. Double honors to the apostles and elders I learned the truth from, the men at GMS, and the brethren with a like-minded doctrine. Just seen these two videos, right? Oh, Esau, Edom, man. You know, the wicked. The first video showed what a Catholic nun, embezzling nearly $1 million, over $800,000 embezzled, and she's only facing a year and a day. And then you had the second video, which was racially profiling of a so-called black man, and the suspect was subscribed as what? An Edomite, a so-called white man. You know, he gave the description of the so-called suspect, and he was a so-called white man in his 30s with a green jacket. He wasn't even a so-called black man. What that brings to mind is what? I think it's Psalms 47. Not in trouble as other men. Let me get that real quick, Salakia. Salakia, that is Psalm 73. I'm gonna start at verse 4. Salakia, verse 3. Psalm 73 and 3, and it says, "For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked, for there was no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men." You know, that's the point, man. See, they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. See, that lady, she embezzled nearly $1 million, man. She defrauded people, defrauded the school, and she only seeing a year and a day in jail. You know, nearly $1 million. And then you had the other case, what? They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued. You had a so-called black man get approached for a crime for a suspect of a so-called white man, an Edomite, which the description was given of the suspect, but who they approached, a so-called black man. So you see that, man. They're not in trouble as other men. You know. And what skipping down to verse 17, it says what? "Until I went into the sanctuary of YAHAWAHSHI, then I understood therein." So being in this, getting this understanding of this word, of the holy scriptures, we have understanding of the ending of this wicked man, Esau Edom, man. We know his ending, man. So until I stepped in the sanctuary of YAHAWAHSHI, then understood I their end, man. Where it says New Living Translation, it says, then I went into your sanctuary, O Yahawah by Hashem Yahushai, and I finally understood the destiny of the wicked, man. So we understand their destiny, man. We know what's going to happen to these wicked people, man. Esau, Edom, man, because they're not plagued like other men, man. So I just want to bring that out. You know, you see them two instances. You know, Esau, Edom, man. This is a wicked kingdom. You know, and who was the suspect? Normal suspect, yo. The Jake, so-called Black Latinos and Native Americans, man. You the suspect, man. Esau, Edom. You know, he's he's what in this kingdom, but he's innocent, man. No matter what. So yeah, I was just want to bring that short video out. I'm not making it too long, and I want to say call Halayim Yahawah by Hashem, Yahawashi by Hashem, Rakakadash, Shalom. Till next time, Yahawah Ratazah, which means Lord willing, and YAHAWAH DTA soon.